This is INCRadio, DZEM 954, the voice of truth, the official radio station of the Church of Christ or Iglesianicristo.
Welcome to How You Doin, a health and wellness podcast from INCRadio New York Satellite Studio. Whether you're on the go or taking a minute to breathe, we've got real tips, good conversations, and weekly check-ins to help you live well without losing your city pace. Are you ready? Let's get to it.
Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. My name is Sister Abby Hidalgo, and I will be your host for today's episode on How You Doin', brought to you by INC Radio New York Satellite Studio. So I hope you all are having a great Saturday here in the Northeast, or where I'm from in New England. We are actually experiencing some, I guess, colder weather. It's kind of rainy, but it's not yet snow season. So I don't know about where Brother Lance is, if they're having some snow showers or snow flurries, but we're obviously kind of preparing for that in the next couple weeks. Anyways, as in our introduction, this is a show where we talk about health and wellness in real practical ways that we can fit into our everyday life. So, I'm glad that you are joining us today. Hopefully, you can benefit from our previous shows and for our today's show as well. So, for those in the YouTube live chat, don't forget to comment, subscribe, most especially like the show, share it to those who you feel that could benefit from our show programs, and also don't forget to give a shout out to your local congregation, because we would like to recognize those locales who are participating. But for the question of the week, or for our show that you can also answer in the YouTube live chat, where we can also read your comments throughout the show, is that what is one way you can make social media experience more positive this week? And that kind of relates to our topic today about, doom scrolling and social media, and how that, can affect how we feel and whatnot. So don't forget to, again, comment and shout out your local congregation and answer the question about what is one way you can make your social media experience more positive this week. And we have someone else that is joining our show. I know we had a week break in a way, but we're glad that you are joining us today. And how are you doing, Brother Christian?
I am good. Sorry, hello everyone. How you doing? It's been a minute, but
A
it's
New York minute.
a New York minute, which means it's been a while. But yeah, it's good to be back for today's episode. We're just waiting on Sister Mika. I know she's trying to log in. It's been a busy few weekends, but it's that time of year. So I hope everyone is doing well. Welcome to our show. How you doing?
Do you have, I know you just, things are happening this day, but what is one way you can make your social media experience more positive this week, Brother Christian? Yeah, I know that's putting you on the spot.
Ooh, that's
It's a good
make,
question, right?
yeah, it is a good question. But to make my social media experience positive this week, I guess stay away from any negative posts, maybe. That's what
Yeah, I think it's like you should. I'm assuming you should know by now that what, I guess, triggers you, like what makes you a little bit, not in a great mental space. So try to focus more on like positive social media accounts or positive posts. Mute those accounts that are um uh, focus on those accounts that would uplift you, or would give you like a better insight on or improve your life. um Anyways, on to our next segment, where you at. So again, like we mentioned earlier in the show, don't forget to include your local congregation so that in our next show we can announce who is the top local congregation. So instead of the hashtag challenge, this is what we will do now to recognize those locals who are participating. So don't forget to also remind the brethren in your local congregation to also join us on our show today. But let's, I guess, move on to our main topic. And it's about social media and scrolling through. So have you ever been through your feed, like scrolling through your feed, and then start suddenly thinking, wow, everyone else seems to have their life together? I I do that too. It happens. We all been there. So today we're gonna talk about what really happens behind the scroll and how social media can mess, or how we can see ourselves and how we can keep a healthy mindset while still enjoying it. So don't forget to comment and share your thoughts on this topic about how to make social media more positive or more meaningful for you. So I guess we can start with our first question. What kind of posts usually make you feel like you need to catch up on life?
I think.
Hi, Sister Mika.
Hello, everyone. I'm sorry I'm late. I'm here now. Um, Wait, what was our question? Oh, what kind of posts make you want to?
Feel like you
It's
need to
always
catch
the
up on life, right?
it's always the vacation photos, right? Whenever there's posts of like your other friends or your acquaintances catching up together. It's always those things that make me feel like I'm not doing enough in my life, right? How about you, Brother Christian?
Um, I was gonna say the same thing. Like, I get FOMO sometimes whenever my friends hang out without me, or like only because like it's circumstances, like my schedule's busy and I can't join them, that kind of thing. So I would say that that as well.
Yeah, those vacation posts, because you always wish that you could be experiencing those, like once in a lifetime kind of things. Um I guess for the younger generation, and sometimes for me as well, is that those people who have like accomplishments, certain accomplishments, you're like, oh, uh like those degrees or those like life milestones.
I was gonna say when you were saying accomplishments, I was like, yeah, people buying houses, getting married, having kids.
I was gonna say,
Yeah,
I was gonna say graduation, like
yeah.
Yeah, people graduating.
Yeah, but like not everyone has those, typical milestones in a certain amount of time. So you always have, I know it's hard because I have these conversations with like the younger generation. They're like, I feel like I'm behind, especially in schooling and whatnot. And I'm just like, as long as you're focused and as long as you have your goal at the end, you will get there. And obviously pray and ask God for guidance. And he'll bless you with those accomplishments and those goals that you want in your life. So don't take mine on those like posts, like you'll get there. Just make sure that you keep focus on those things.
Yes, no, and also we're all on different paces, I guess. Like just because you think you're not moving doesn't mean you're not moving at all. It's just that, you know, we all have different trajectories in life. And I feel like if we constantly look at other people's lives and compare it to ours, it'll really, make you not feel good. And it'll, I feel like, make you take for granted the good things that you do have going in your life. So yeah, don't compare, guys.
Yeah, and then your personal accomplishments, like people are also looking at your accomplishments, like, oh, I wish I was doing that. And like every person's path is different, and God will guide you on where you should go, and you have to trust in that.
Yes, exactly. And where you are at in your life is where you're supposed to be at that moment, right? So I feel like if there is anyone you should compare yourself, what did that make sense? If there's anyone that you should compare yourself with, it's just to yourself. Like if you want to be in a competition, be in a competition with yourself, not with anyone else, right? But at the same time, we have to also realize that social media is kind of like a highlight reel of someone's life. Like just because they post a lot of good things doesn't mean that it's all the good things that they have in their life, you know? And I feel like, don't you think we kind of forget that sometimes?
Yes.
I
Yeah, because
definitely.
everyone has good and bad days and good and bad things that happen, and you want to share the positive, and that's good, but you have to kind of remind yourself that they also experience their struggles and whatnot. You want to say something, Brother Christian? I'm sorry, I kind of cut
I
you.
was just gonna say that I think especially when it comes to social media use, we kind of fell into that stigma of like imposter syndrome. Like we see things and whatever we try to post out there is like the good stuff, but like people forget that being your authentic self is really what matters, especially online. You can try to put all the good things out there, but deep down, like also share the struggles that you go through, because I know some people would want to relate to you as well. So um, yeah.
Yes, and also I was gonna say something that I was listening to Christian. Um, Wait, I completely forgot what I was gonna say.
While Sister Mika buffers, I know we have some comments. Sister Mika, how you doing?
Not doing so well, I guess.
Let me just read a few comments because I do know we have some viewers tuning in from Gemma Sterba. We have I scroll to look for inspirations, whether it may be spiritually, physically, mentally, emotionally. She tries the hardest to mute any negative posts, but takes lots of practice and awareness. That's right. It does take a lot of practice and awareness to
Thank you.
notice those kinds of things.
And to interject, I finally remembered what I was gonna say, so I'm gonna say it now before I forget it again. Um, right, when we were talking about people's social media being a highlight reel. So I've been trying to uh, be better when it comes to living a healthier lifestyle and all of that. And so I follow a lot of fitness influencers, and they look amazing. And I think they always share these posts about, this is the only thing that, like, you should do this if you want to lose weight, or you should do this if you want this and that. But if you look at their lives, their entire life, that is what they do every single day. That's why they look like that. That is literally their job. So when you look at them and compare them to yourself, you who works a 9 to 5, or you who works like grueling hours, obviously you can't do the same amount of working out as they do, or eating properly as they do, because their lifestyle is completely different from yours. So again, that's also some of the things that we should think about. Like, for these influencers, that is their entire life, and they dedicate their life to that. But you have your own life, and you have your own priorities. So you're gonna look a little different, but you're gonna be healthy still. I feel. So there. That's what I wanted to say. Okay, let's read more comments.
From Brother Jason, we have he agrees that social media really is a highlight reel. Um, he says that the reality is that there are ups and downs of life we don't see on there sometimes. And again, stressing it out that sometimes it's best to show your authentic self and just share the hard things that you go through in life as well, besides make that your highlight reel, because a lot of people can relate to you at some point.
And
um
also the thing is too, right? If you are the one who is sharing, it's very typical for a person to not want to share the bad things that are happening in their life, right? Because they want people to think that their life is fine and dandy and it'll look great. Because, if they share that they're struggling, I feel like they think that people will look badly on them or people will feel bad for them. Um, but in reality, there's more people that are struggling that are not. It makes you more human to struggle, and although flawed and imperfect, that is life, right? And it's important to go through that to get stronger. And I know we have more. Do you want to read some more, Christian?
Yeah. So from Kat Ash, he says, well, I guess the rest are just greetings, but Kat Ash says, Happy Greenville for the whole District of New York. Just finished the district baptism ball. All praises be to God. Welcome to the church, Sister Maya, Brother Peter, Brother Kevin, and Brother Aldrin. Yes, congratulations.
Yay!
Um, we also have from Sister Maricel that she says that she agrees that we are still a Christian even in social media. So, that kind of is what we're reminded all the time. We're Christians even online. So just be careful of what we post, whatever we say, whatever we watch, that kind of thing.
Yes, and then at this point, right, when you see all of these posts and they make you feel not so good, what are some of the things that help you reset and refocus and and be more positive? How about you, Sister Abby?
I usually take breaks from social media to the point I mute stuff, and then if I start like going to certain social media apps, I just like, oh, I need to get off. Or especially at night, I do is a do not disturb thing for certain apps so that I won't get those notifications like through like starting like 8 or 9 o'clock, so I can like kind of relax my brain. And like if my feed is filled with a lot of negative things or things that I don't really think would benefit me, I either unfollow them or I remove. I know there's like ways you can remove it from your feed, or you're not interested, or block or mute those accounts so that you won't get that on your feed. So that's what I do. It's like a conscious effort. I know with the way Big Brother or like certain like how the cookies on your internet, like they see your search stuff, and they see what you're interested in, or even like your demographics, like I am a female or you're a male, or certain age groups, they have like targeted advertisements, so they know what typically you would be interested in. So you have to make a conscious effort to like unfollow those accounts, or say you're not interested in those certain accounts that would affect your feed.
Yes, I completely agree about curating your social media, right? Just like you curate your music and you only listen to the music that makes you feel good, right? You should also curate your social media into a more positive one. Why would you want to look at something that'll make you feel bad about yourself? I feel like we already experience a lot of negative things in life. So I feel like when we go to social media, it should be a positive, healthy, welcoming space. Um, and if something doesn't make you feel good, remove it from your life. Why add to negativity, right? So again, uh, it's also important to follow more church related accounts. I love INC Life or Light Life INC, right? That account
Making
does
change podcast too.
Yeah, so like those accounts, they do a perfect balance of like reality of what we face and how we can get through things, or if if you are struggling, how we can get through things as a member of the Church of Christ. And I think that's very important for us, instead of following people that don't know what it is that we're going through as members of the Church of Christ. Because what advice are they going to give us? It might be advice that um, are against what we believe in, right? Or that are against our teaching. So, again, it's very important to curate our social media. Um, yeah. Anything? How about you, Brother Christian? How do you make your social media space more positive and healthy?
Ooh, for me, I get you pretty much said it all. Like, curating your content and really just figuring out the positive content that you want to see every day. But actually wanted to add something to the previous question about how we reset and focus, which I think after Abby also said it too, was giving herself a little break from social media. What I do is I like to do a social media detox, which is really just giving away, like getting away from social media period, because how we already know how toxic it could be sometimes. And usually, what I do is sometimes I won't even post about my day, or just go on for a while about not posting, and really just taking in the moment whenever I'm in certain things or whatever what I'm doing. It doesn't, not everything that we do has to be online. So um really, if that's one way that will help you refocus on whatever task you're doing, or whatever that's getting you down, that's one way, is just get off of social media, period. That's it. And
Yes. I know. I like what you said, Brother Christian. You don't have to put everything on social media. It's good if you're using it to communicate with, your long distance friends or family, but the people who are important to you will know the things that are going on with you, right? Because you tell them, because you tell them directly, right? That's what we do with people we care about. We update them on things, whether you update them every day, every week, or every month, um, depending on how often you speak to each other. The other people, um, like if you're looking for like just likes from like random people online, or like validation, these are not the people that we want to seek validation from, right? Who Okay, Kajason said in one of the comments, right, social media is also designed for viewing retention, so sometimes posts tend to be only things that catches one's attention and things that give one that short dopamine burst. The doom scrolling, i.e., doom scrolling. I do that every morning. I do that every morning for at least 30 minutes before I actually get up.
morning, I do that every night.
Not every night. No, I listen to ASMR every night. It's great. I love it. Or those singing bowls. Makes me sleep really nicely. Sister Emma says, always look for the positive side of life. Um, we all make mistakes and sometimes compare ourselves to others, but remember, each of us has unique qualities that can help us grow and succeed. Sister Elvira said, to keep positive content in my algorithm, I avoid participating in rage bait content as well. I do not engage at all. Yes. Yes, so thank you. I mean, it looks like our viewers and our listeners, all have different ways to know how to curate, um, their timeline, their social media, and that's very important for someone to know. I feel like um, it's also something that we should tell our younger peers, right? Because I know when I was younger, I was a type to seek validation as well. So again, share this important knowledge so that we can all have a better mindset, especially because a lot of our life is on social media, right? What is up next, Sister Abby?
Yes. I actually don't know. Sorry, my internet's acting really funky right
Oh
now, so I'm
no.
like, I don't know. But yeah, like
I think, do we have any more comments that we can read before we wrap up?
yes, we have Sister Elvira. She said, to keep positive content in my algorithm, I avoid participating in rage bait content as well. I do not engage at all. So yes, that's one thing. You don't like, if I know some people like to comment or like share whatnot, but if you start engaging in those kind of comments, the more those kind of content will kind of be more frequent in your feed. So it's even though you it strikes a chord in you, try to avoid, like, again, interacting with those negative or those posts, kind types of posts.
Yes, Sister Marisol says just a couple more comments, and then we'll wrap up. Remember, especially for us, brethren, everything we post reflects who we are as a person and as a Christian, right? Our Almighty God is watching us. Camila says there's a lot of positives on INC news and updates to delve in. Yes, that's right.
Yes.
And yes.
Hi, Mom.
Hi, Pa. Brother Mark Macasero, using social media as a platform for creativity, right? Whether through storytelling, photos, or reflections, this can turn it into a positive outlet. That is so true. Following accounts that teach new skills, share meaningful reflections, and encourage personal development can turn social media into a tool for growth. Jason also says, let's use as many mediums as we can to help us in spreading the gospel. All the opportunities to share our faith through the INC programs are awesome and are easy to share, right? If we're so quick to share, memes and stuff, let's also be quick to share, videos and articles about our faith, right? Okay. So, Sister Abby, do you want to?
Yes, so thank you, for engaging us on this lovely topic, and I hope you kind of learned something about trying to curate your social media in order to have like a more positive things on your feed. So next was what we doing. I know there's plenty of activities that are coming up in our local and in our district, so don't forget to always keep your eyes and ears open for announcements for our upcoming activities. I know there's like special gatherings and local activities that are coming up, so we hope that we can see you all there. So yes. And I guess that's it for our show today. Thank you for tuning in. We do appreciate your presence and you engaging with us in the YouTube live chat. Thank you to the church administration for giving us a platform like this to share and speak about important topics like these. Greetings to our beloved Executive Minister, Brother Eduardo V. Manalo, and to our current Deputy Executive Minister, Brother Angelo Rano Manalo. Also, greetings to our INC radio station manager, Brother Wally Tarai, and our executive producer, Kuya Manley and Daya.
That's right. We would also like to greet our district minister, Brother Sheridan Santos, our assistant district minister, Brother Neil Patrick Amelda, and our CFO advisor, Brother Jason Flores. He's right here. So remember, what you see online is just part of the story, but your real life, your real blessings, that is the part that matters. Thank you once again for joining us on How You Doing. We'll see you next Saturday at 11:30 a.m. Bye.
Bye. Happy Saturday.
Happy Saturday. Have a great weekend, everyone.
Stay warm.
Yes. Oh, we're still here. Hey, again, curate your social media.